Hello and welcome to Urban Rockers, the channel where we promote new up-and-coming talent. With me, I have singer-songwriter Kirsty Spence. How are you doing, lovely?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. Really loved your set. Make sure you check out Kirsty's songs on the Urban Rockers channel after this interview as well.
Yes.
Are you ready for some questions?
I am.
I've got a few
Fire
for you.
away.
So, Kirsty,
Hey.
what age did you get into music and what was it that inspired you?
I first started doing music literally when I was probably about 3 or 4. I used to actually think I was Michael Jackson. Like, he was my idol. Who's Bad? I knew every dance move. Like, it was just my jam. I think I wrote my first song when I was in year 5. It was like a little dancey thing where like we had like a dance move and stuff, which was quite cool. But then I'd say really professionally, me and my artistry has been kind of just taken a leap of faith since about 2012, and that's when I graduated from uni. I'd done a performing arts and events management degree, and I'd started performing, and I used to suffer with like really bad stage fright.
Really?
And the more that I performed, the more amazing it felt to be on stage. And when I got that feeling, it was like I've just been hungry and I've just been chasing my dream.
Ever since.
Lovely.
We've had a lot of Michael Jackson fans on the show, actually. What was the first single you ever bought?
I think it was actually, I can't remember the name of it, but I know it was a Tina Turner song. And I used to play it on cassette in my nan's car.
Oh, wow.
And it had like a 2-side, it had Rolling on it, but there was another song, but I can't for the life of me think of the name, but it was Tina Turner. I loved her energy. She's such a powerful woman.
Yeah.
And that was like, that's one person on stage. And I was young, so I didn't know about all the history and everything she'd been through. So yeah. Powerful person.
Definitely. So what's your favourite album by another artist?
Oh, this is a difficult one. Well, we're going to actually, one of my favourite all-time albums, and it's so completely like different to what I do, Boy in the Corner, Dizzy Rascal. Really? Love that album. Like that is one of the albums that I know word for word. East Londoner, fellow East Londoner, close to my heart. I just think I loved him because even though he was an angry 17-year-old boy, he was just real, relevant, raw, and he was not ashamed or scared to let us know how he felt. And that's why I love that album. One of my favourites.
Would you want to work with him one day?
Oh my God, I'd love to.
Yeah,
I would love to. 100%. He's one of my biggest inspirations, actually.
Lovely. Are there any other artists that you'd love to work with?
I'd love to work with Shaka. I think Shaka he's just a wicked singer-songwriter. His energy on stage is amazing. And I'd love to work with India Arie.
Oh,
that would be like, my ultimate dream. Yeah, Jill Scott.
Yeah, like I say, I can hear the influence.
Yeah,
with
completely.
Those two, actually, yeah. Where was the last event you played at?
It was actually Thursday, just gone. I played at the Spice of Life, which was a charity event to raise awareness for the charity ACLT, which is the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty successful, pretty good.
Well, what's been the best moment of your musical career so far?
Actually, it was with you guys, Urban Rockers. Don Sinclair, thank you ever so much, was performing at Notting Hill Carnival 2016. That is like, Notting Hill Carnival is just been a part of my life since I was like on my dad's shoulders, you know. So to actually be able to be a part of my roots, my heritage, where I grew up, you know, and actually go and perform. Yeah, that was amazing.
I think that's where I first saw you, actually.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. So can you describe your music and how long you've been writing?
My music, I suppose it's like an infusion of like my East London character, my reggae roots, my soulful vibe, and then kind of anything that, I don't know, I get inspired actually to write by a lot of classical music. I love classical music. I love live instrumentation. When I'm writing, I'll usually, you know, work from a piano and just maybe play the same 4 chords over and over and work out a melody. So I'm very much about less is more, I think, than kind of a huge production. And yeah.
I like that. Name 3 artists you'd like to be compared to.
Okay, this is going to be a difficult one. 3 artists. Okay. I think Shirley Bassey, because of her presence on stage. She's a powerful person. I think I'm pushing it out here, but Bob Marley, just because of how powerful he was and his message to the people and how many people he helped, he healed, that would be amazing. And my third, who'd be my third? You're gonna have to help me.
I don't know.
Who would I like to be compared to? Maybe Nina Simone.
Okay.
Because
another presence on stage.
Yeah, another presence on stage.
Yeah.
But I love how she just went up and did her thing. And in that moment, in that time, in that place, it was just her.
Yeah.
And I love how, you know, you'll never see Nina Simone perform a song the same.
Yeah.
Ever. It was very much about that place at that time, in that present moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good choices.
That's who I'd love to be
Very
compared
good
to.
Yeah. What are your top 3 types of music?
I can't really say because I'm a very eclectic person, I suppose, and I love all genres of music, literally everything.
Okay.
Yeah, from reggae to R&B to soul to bashment to classical to
a very good mix.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Professionally, what's your goal? Where do you see yourself?
I see myself in the next year being signed to a label, working on an album, touring the UK, Europe, internationally.
Yeah.
That is where I want to be. I want to be putting my music, putting my vibe, my presence just out there and helping to inspire people and for just people to have fun and enjoy life. That is, that's where I'm at.
Nice. If you could go back in time, what would you do differently?
In my life, in all honesty, nothing, because I think everything happens for a reason, and I've had to go through some of the things that maybe I didn't really want to go through, or maybe some of the things that happened to me in life that I wish hadn't happened at the time for me to get to where I'm at now. Life's a journey, it's all an experience, and I just have to take each day as it comes and, you know, keep pushing through and just chasing my dream.
Cool. Other than being an artist, what other jobs have you had? What's your worst as well?
I've never really had a bad job because I'm one of these people that always tries to make the best out of a bad situation. So, you know, like when you first start working, it's kind of like, oh, I'm just doing it to get money because otherwise I keep asking my mum and she's just not going to give me any more. And I want to do this, I want to do that. So I've always had fun. But I've worked in hospitality. I've worked in an office. I've worked in retail. I quite liked retail because it's very much people based. You're listening to music all day. You're trying to sell clothes. I love fashion. So that was one of my cooler jobs. But I've never really done a job that I hate because I don't think I'd stay there if I hated it because it would just make me unhappy.
It's not a bad attitude to have.
Yeah.
What are you listening to at the moment?
Oh, actually, the last song that I actually just listened to on my way here, I think Kurt Cobain covered it, but I believe it's the original by Wanda Davis called Where Does She Sleep at Night? And it's like a very old school kind of one of these bluesy, you can feel a lot of emotion in it. Yeah, that's the last song I actually listened to.
Okay. Of your own songs, which one are you most proud of and why?
I would probably say... it's hard to choose one, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I've just released an EP called Fight the Good Fight, which is available on all big music distributors. But I basically wrote that whole EP in a space of 3 months when my grandma fell sick in January of this year, and unfortunately she passed away in February of this year. So that whole EP, Fight the Good Fight, it's got 3 songs and 1 spoken word piece on it, and I think I'm just really proud of that whole body of work because she was my driving force behind it. And you know, sometimes in life you have to... it takes something quite negative or bad to happen in your life for you to really take charge of your life and run with it. And unfortunately, I lost my grandma. She was my queen. She was my inspiration. She was just a beautiful, beautiful woman. And yeah, so I'm proud of that body of work, Fight the Good Fight, I'd have to say.
Yeah, lovely. If you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
I have no idea because, I think I've gone through that whole transition sometimes when you think, is this really for me? Should I be doing it? Should I be getting a job where, you know, I need to be on hundreds of thousands of pounds? And then I just realised, actually, if I was doing all of that, I wouldn't be happy. And music is a huge part of my life. It's my happiness. And I also believe that, you know, I can sing and not everybody can sing. I can songwrite, not everyone can do that. So it's a gift. Yeah. So I need to roll with it. I need to give that gift to you guys and you need to hear me.
Yeah, I can see that. It's definitely a part of you. Definitely. Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned you have a collective of band members.
Well, a collective of musicians. Yes.
Okay. Other than those guys, if you could build the dream band of famous musicians, dead or alive, who would it be? Oh my
gosh, this is really difficult. I don't know names.
Okay, try.
Oh my gosh, who would I have? What, dead or alive? Well, we'd have to have Hendrix, wouldn't we? right there up with
Yep.
me. Hey ho.
Sure.
I think we'd need. I can't for the life of me think of my name, but think of his name. Sorry, but he is from. It was like an amazing soul band back in like the 80s called the British Collective Soul or something.
Okay.
Wicked pianist.
Okay.
I'd have him.
So that guy.
Well, between him and Ludovico Einaudi, he's a classical composer, and he is just, he's a huge inspiration to me writing. Drummer wise, I'm not sure of many drummers' names. Just an amazing one.
Just an amazing one. Anyone who's good.
Yeah. And a bassist. Oh, can we go saxophone as well?
Yeah,
I'd
go
want
for it.
sax. I'd want a lot, really and truly.
The full works.
Oh my gosh, this is difficult trying to think of names right now. I can see them in my head. Oh my God, my dad is going to kill me because he's my favourite sax player as well. And my dad's always making me listen to him. It's gone.
It's going to come back to you later.
It will come back to me and I
You're
will
gonna
actually let you know.
Yeah.
And I'll be kicking myself.
Okay.
But yeah, I just have a strong, powerful unit of people that in their own right are amazing. And then together, collectively, we could just be very powerful.
The Kirsty Spence band.
Hey.
If you could dabble in another type of music, what would you give a go?
I feel like I probably will in the future because I think as an artist you grow. So I'm working on a new body of work at the moment, which is going to be titled. Actually, I'm not going to tell you what it's called. You just have to wait and see.
Okay.
But it's going to be completely different to Fight the Good Fight. And that's kind of like that R&B, urban-y, soul-y, electro-y vibe. But in all honesty, I'd love to do some grime because, I mean, I am a singer, songwriter. I love to write poetry. But, yeah, if I could spit a couple bars, that is something I'd love to do just because I love the energy of grime artists. Like when you see JME, Skepta on stage, like Dizzy Rascal, Stormzy, powerful. And their diction, it's very difficult. Like I've tried. And it's definitely something I need to practice. Like you need to work that tongue muscle. I don't know. But yeah, like the way that they get their words out so quickly, it's completely different to singing.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I think that's something I'd like to experiment with.
So when did you do it before?
I've
Just practicing in your bedroom.
No, like I think the way that I write sometimes, if I get really stuck and I can't work out a melody on the piano or whatever, I'll listen to like an old school hip hop beat or I'll listen to some and I'll actually write in rap. So, and then I develop that rap into songs. So I know that I have the flow there.
Yeah.
It's just me actually putting it into play and executing it, I suppose.
I look forward to seeing it on
watch this space.
Definitely. So thank you for performing for us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You didn't look nervous at all, but do you still get nervous before performances?
I think nerves are normal, and if you weren't nervous, then you wouldn't be a normal person. Like, I think it's all about taking control of your nerves and putting them into what you're going to do, as opposed to letting them have control of you.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think I've definitely learned over the years. And so yeah, I was nervous, but then as soon as I heard my song, as soon as I had the mic, as soon as I was on stage, it was lights, camera, action.
Yeah. So that's how you get over your nerves. You just put it into the performance.
Definitely. And I don't think about them. If you think, oh my God, I'm nervous, you're going to remain nervous. If you think, okay, I feel a bit nervous, but I've got a job to do, I need to smash it and we need to just give this to everybody and power, then I'll get through it.
Okay. I'm sure you don't make many mistakes, but they do happen every now and then. How do you deal with when you make mistakes whilst you're in the middle of a performance?
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going because I'm laughing because in my head I made mistakes that you guys probably won't even realise, but we all make mistakes. Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
You can't beat yourself up over it. You just have to keep going. You know, I did a show a couple of weeks ago and unfortunately my guitarist's guitar was out of tune and he played a song in a different key and the sound engineers were it was quite bad and it was just all going wrong and I just had to keep singing. I just had to keep going, you know, even though everything around me was like falling to pieces. Just one of these things, it's a learning curve. If you can get through something like that, it's very powerful as well because you know that you can kind of succeed in a very difficult situation.
Yeah, fair enough. What advice would you give to new artists who have nerves, who make mistakes? What would you say to those guys?
I think one of the things that has really helped me in this whole process has been, you know, as much as I am aware that there's new up and coming artists and that I'm aware that there's people around me coming up and they're powerful and they're doing their thing, I am my own competition. If I start looking at you thinking, oh my gosh, like you've got an amazing voice and you've sung this song like that and you're already on the Mobos, or you've already done this and I'm not there yet, then that's just going to cloud my judgment and dilute what I'm trying to do. You are your own competition. Believe in yourself. You know, if you have that dream, chase it and never give up. That is what I'd say. Never give up.
That's great advice. Okay, so if you had the power to make any changes in the music industry, what would they be?
Oh, this is quite a good one. I'd somehow want to make it more of a fair process as to who gets to where and how they get to where. I think, you know, people, again, going back to grime, like Skepta and JME, who have kind of paved this way for up and coming independent artists, is so powerful. And I feel like we need more of those kind of people around, and we need this whole gap to just get bigger so more of these artists can push through, so effectively we can be slightly more in control of the industry as opposed to it being the other way around.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So you had your EP out earlier on this year.
Yes, May.
What can we expect from you in the future?
I'm actually working on a new body of work. It's going to be another EP. We're looking to release it around March of next year, I believe. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it's called, but it's going to be very different to Fight the Good Fight. So just keep your eyes out, your ears open, and yeah, be ready for some new music.
Will do. Before I let you go, is there anything you'd like to say to us here at Urban Rockers about the work we've been doing to promote new artists?
I just think what you're doing is so powerful. We need more people like you out here helping us rise. You know, it's all strength comes in numbers, and we just need to rise and rise higher. So I am very grateful to have met you guys. I'm very blessed to have worked with you guys, and I hope to work with you guys a lot more in the future.
Wonderful. Rise and rise higher. I like that.
Rise and rise higher, for true.
Check out Kirsty Spence's performance here on Urban Rockers. Please also subscribe. Kirsty, thank you so much for your interview.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.